The IHWA Premier League is proudly brought to you by Champion Auto Glass, Front Row Screens, your local streaming superheroes, and CD Dodd, Scrap Metal Recyclers.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the Cockburn Ice Arena, where Friday night is your night for ice hockey action here in Western Australia. It's round 9 of the IHWA Premier League for season 2020. Tonight's clash between the second place Blackhawks, who have been in top form, looking for their 5th win in a row, and they're doing battle with the Sharks. A win and a bit outside the top 3, and they'll be desperate for a win tonight. But there's also a bit of added incentive for the Blackhawks tonight, with the Flyers Blue being soundly beaten by the Vikings a little earlier tonight, and quite dominantly, I might add, from the Vikings in last place. The Blackhawks will now be playing for top spot on the ladder, and regardless of what the Flyers Orange do in the later game against the Chiefs, the Blackhawks on a positive goal difference would take top spot on the ladder if they win tonight. So the side led by Felicity Svensson has an extra motivation to win tonight. But don't count out this Sharks side, of course, a composite Perth Junior side of under 21 great talents that'll be taking to the ice here at Cockburn tonight. Just for the ladder, before round 9 took place in the competition, we had the Flyers Blue on top on 12 points. Obviously, they have a chance now of losing top spot as a result of their loss. The Blackhawks 11, the Flyers Orange 11. Of course, those two teams had a thrilling tie last Friday night here in Cockburn. But the atmosphere and the intensity of the contest was just immense. The Sharks in 4th, the Chiefs in 5th, and the Vikings in 6th place. Of course, they had a big win tonight over the Flyers Blue. But here at Cockburn, we'd like to thank, first of all, our match sponsors, CD Dodd, Scrap Metal Recyclers. We thank them for coming on board for season 2020. And for our power plays, Champion Auto Glass. We thank them for supporting our Ice Hockey WA League coverage in 2020. And also Front Row Screens for streaming this live on Facebook. And DRN1 Perth Radio, run by Russell Howard and the crew. We thank them as well for taking our coverage for season 2020. We'll go to the Blackhawks lineup first of all. Their 5 wins, 2 losses, and of course a tie. Lee Hammond starting at number 2, Jordan Grover at number 3, Liam Campbell at number 4, and number 9, Chris Shade. Number 11, Isaac Davidson. At number 12, Paul Graham. Number 13, Zane Neal. Number 16, Tomek Sak. Number 17, Blake Cuthbert. Number 18, Jamie Woodman. Number 19, the captain, Jason McMahon. Edward Meeting Cox at 21, Caden Gould at 24, Liam Minson at 25, and of course the coach, Felicity Svensson. For the Sharks, they are 4-4, and they're desperate for a win to keep their finals hopes alive. They're 3 places outside the 3. Yannick Lodge is not playing, nor is Bruce Williams and Daniel Spence, but Ben Williams at number 6 will be playing, and then it's Bryce Chapman at number 7, Matt Valancourt at number 9, CJ Ratcliffe at number 10, number 14, Max Lashenko, number 16, Riley Langle, number 17, Harry Jackson, number 24, Luke Doyle, Drew Robson at number 28, Ben Lelick at 29, Oscar Zhu at 73, Zach Mercorella at 79, and Ryan Langle at number 91, and Dylan Dwyer is not playing tonight. That's a huge blow after being such a value contributor last week in their game over in Perth. And Mark Valancourt is the coach of this Sharks side. And don't forget, Reece Pelliccioni at number 33 is the goalie tonight. Well, some of the keys for both these sides tonight, the Sharks, they're known for having the most structured style in the competition. Their game plan is polished, and it has been great effect at some stages in the season. They've got speed across the rink through these young blokes in Ratcliffe and Lashenko. And so the Sharks, when they get fast from defence into attack on the breakaway, they have unlimited potential. Their breakaway is a good feature. And so what the Vikings have to do is play close, man on man from the beginning. And there is plenty of depth when you're looking at their attacking zone. And they've got to get a physical presence on the low slot for those easy goals. Well, for the Blackhawks, you've got to play with pressure. You pin the Sharks to the boards and control the puck on the wings. And it's been effective in their last 6 weeks. So they have to keep the formula working if they want to win against this Sharks side. And as was illustrated last week, when they're down, they don't lose that will, the Blackhawks. They came from 2 goals down at 4-2 in that third period and tied the match against the Flyers Orange. So they're proof, a side's depth never goes down like this Black Hawks side. They are a terrific side, and avoid the hard forward check from the Sharks. And defensive turnovers must also be eradicated from Goulds and Neal in that defensive zone. They're rare in conceding these turnovers. Let us know where you're watching from across Facebook via Front Row Screens, all thanks to CD Dodd, Scrap Metal Recyclers and Champion Auto Glass, and of course listening live on DRN1 Perth Radio, our wonderful new partners of season 2020 for Ice Hockey WA Premier League action. The Sharks are getting themselves into position. Mercarella is among one of the starters, as is Ben Williams for the Sharks, and the Black Hawks, they're breaking away from the huddle now. Liam Minson starting off as their goalie. He has been in top form in the last few weeks. It's going to be Graham. That'll start it off for the Black Hawks, and number 14, Max Lashenko. The puck's about to be dropped. We got another great turnout here at the Cockburn Ice Arena. A lot of noise as we're about to get round 9 underway. Some added incentive for the Black Hawks as we're underway. It is the Sharks and the Black Hawks doing battle in round 9 Premier League action. The Black Hawks aiming to get onto top spot on the ladder, while the Sharks aiming to keep their finals hopes alive. Saved on the pads there by Minson. It's now on the Black Hawks attacking zone. And that's some wonderful passing. He's got Sack in the open, breaking away towards attack, looking for the centering pass out to Graham on the low slot, but it's turned over. Great turnover affected there by Lashenko as he mans the puck from the defensive zone, back on the neutral line. And now Doyle passing forward. It's intercepted, and the Black Hawks have the momentum back. Here's Sack, under a bit of pressure now. It was a 2-on-1, but Lashenko emerges from it, hoists the puck on towards their offensive zone, but there was icing, and it's going to go the way of the Black Hawks onto their attacking zone for the first face-off of the match. Got Graham, Tomek Sack, who's back in the side, and also Thomas McCarlick at number 23. Even Stevens in that face-off, but getting close to the puck there was Ryan Langle. Langle in a 2-on-1, shooting from the low percentage range, but that went way wide. Hoisting the puck towards the low slot of the defensive zone, intercepted by Casey Minson. Along the end boards now, he's manning that puck into the defensive zone, and he does it well. Good pass out to McMahon, but it was a loose pass, intercepted by Jackson. Turnover city at the moment, no shots on target, but both sides just waiting for that opportunity. And the Black Hawks from that defensive zone need to eradicate those turnovers. There were a couple there against the Flyers Orange last week that could have proved costly, including that first one that handed a goal to Jake Ruck. And that was the first one of the night. And that puck on the defensive zone for the Black Hawks has to be controlled a lot better than what it was last week. So it's going to be Oscar Zoo in front of that face-off, but being won there by Lashenko. They're going for the centering pass now. The Sharks doing everything they can to put the pressure on the Black Hawks. McCarlick hoisting that one forward, going along the end boards. Here's Vincent under pressure from Zoo, looking for the back check. Well played by Zoo with the centering pass on towards the low slot, but it's turned over by the Black Hawks. Campbell was the first one to it. Here's Chapman. Nice centering pass. And they're away. Here's Lashenko. He's under pressure there from Gould. Centering pass onto the low slot, but again, Campbell inflicts the turnover. Hoists it high. Good body check, allowing Cuthbert to get into the path of that puck, but the Sharks have more numbers around it in their defensive zone. But the Black Hawks, when they turn it over, they've got the momentum going, but the Sharks likewise as well. Here's Lashenko. Good manning of the puck. They're on the low slot, and an opportunity goes begging for Zoo. His pass almost intercepted. Lashenko from the low slot, turned over brilliantly there by Davidson. He's on the breakaway, over the neutral line, on the attacking zone, going towards the low slot, shoots, and he scores. Does he get it? Yes, he does. And that was Zane Neal. Zane Neal with the flick on the low slot. No, it's a face-off. It was saved brilliantly there by Reece Pelliccioni. For a moment there, I thought that he'd scored. It was a nice flick of the puck there on the low slot by Neal, but it wasn't to be. And that was their first shot on target in this matchup. Almost turned over. Graham was in the path of that puck, but Jackson for the Sharks, and they're away. Well played there by Woodman, flicking it back into their defensive zone. Graham, slap shot. into the centre. Well turned over by the Sharks. Williams was there first to it. Both sides showing their desperation here. Although they haven't tightened up on their passing for the early stages of this first period. Played just under 4 minutes, still 0-0. Woodman on the neutral line. Slap shot. That one way wide of the goals. Now the Sharks. The puck is loose. It ricocheted off an opponent, but here's Langle. Langle, the centering pass. This for the first one of the night. And the Sharks get the first on the board through Ben Williams. I have to say, that was poor defence by the Blackhawks. They just let Williams and Lashenko loose on the attacking zone, and it is Ben Williams striking first for the Sharks. This array of young talent on display for the Sharks, Ben Williams being one of them. And he strikes first to give them a 1-0 lead. We've almost played 5 minutes in this matchup. And it is 1-0 the scoreline here in Cockburn. What must the Blackhawks do in response? And they know they're a good side coming back from deficits. Could they do it right away? Campbell breaking away towards the attacking zone, was heavily pressurised. 2-on-1, Lashenko providing some support. He's on the attacking zone, manning the puck. Long flick. But well saved again by their goalie, Liam Minson, the Blackhawks goalie. Getting some good support from the spectators on the bleachers here at the Cockburn Ice Arena. It's going to be a face-off between Woodman and Lashenko. Lashenko's had plenty of the puck in this opening period. He wins another face-off. Langle out towards Chapman. Hoists it towards the goals, but to no avail. But now the Blackhawks, they're under pressure now from their defensive zone. They really like to play that man-on-man style. Doyle centering the pass to Langle. Almost turned over there by McCarlick. Oh, McCarlick forechecking Doyle on the boards. Almost pinning him to the boards there on the half defensive end. Now Minson pushing the puck forward to Campbell. The centering pass ineffective. And now Luke Doyle is manning it on the defensive zone. And a slap shot there from Goulds was ineffective on the turnover. The Sharks controlling the tempo here, but it goes only as far as Hammond for the Blackhawks. Out of the end boards, Goulds in defence. He scored 3 last week, but that's a turnover towards Zoo. Zoo from the low percentage range, just missing, and another attempt goes begging. Goulds, that's his second turnover in a first period in as many matches. I wonder what Felicity Svensson will have to say about that. Davidson on the sideboards. Here's Langle. 3-on-2 scramble for it, favouring the Sharks. And it's Radcliffe. Radcliffe intercepted. And Chapman on the defensive zone. Under a bit of pressure from two Blackhawks there, being Graham and Davidson. Chapman gets it back along the sideboards, out to Zoo, who had a big opportunity just a few minutes ago. Have a look at their control of the puck here. They're looking a little bit more polished, the Sharks, than the Blackhawks at the moment. Chapman almost getting pinned to the boards there by two Blackhawks, but Gould emerging out of that one-on-one battle. Passing out wide to Hammond. Hammond under pressure there from Drew Robson. And now the Sharks take back control. Flicks it out to the sideboards only as far as Hammond. Goulds hoist it to the advantage of Hammond. Hammond flicks it forward. Graham's blind pass in the direction of Ben Williams. He's in pursuit, looking for his second, but well intercepted by Caden Goulds. Goulds, forward pass. Out to Sack. Behind the goals, looking for that centering pass. Here's Campbell. His shot picked off, just ricocheting off the pads. And this will mean a face-off. A good disciplined game early on so far. We've played 8 minutes in this opening period. The Sharks, through that goal from Ben Williams on the low slot, has given them a 1-0 lead. Graham winning that face-off. The puck is hoisted along the end boards. Hit out of there by Jackson. Goes looking for Chapman. Langle working hard to get to that puck. Breaking away. Well played by Langle on the attacking zone. The centering pass intended for Lelik. But Goulds making sure that the opportunity wasn't presented. Graham, centering pass. The Blackhawks needing to back each other up to the man in this puck at the moment. Because every time they've had it in their attack, it's been turned over by the Sharks. And they're looking the better side at the moment. But here's Graham. Graham Well saved off the glove by Pelliccioni. Not a lot of physicality being shown. The Sharks doing all they can to avoid the forecheck. And they're playing with a good structure here. At the moment, the Blackhawks, they're playing a little too loose out of their defensive zone, and they're paying for it at the moment. Lelick not giving any Blackhawks opponent any chance to break away from the fence, but here they go now. Good control of the puck from Campbell. Campbell with the slap shot wide of the goals. McMahon with another opportunity going begging. And now Jackson. Jackson passing along the sideboards. Here's Zoo. Slap shot off a step there. And going only as far as Menin-Cox. Missing the puck completely there, but Radcliffe was able to back up for the Sharks. Out of the defensive zone is Chapman, but well played there. Heavy forecheck there from Woodman. But the Sharks again turn it over. And hoisted well there by Valancourt. Centering puck. Back along the sideboards now. And McCulloch. But look at this. Good pressure again from the Sharks. They're playing with good structure here. Chapman manning the puck. He's got some space. He's got some support there in Lashenko. Doesn't go there, but now he does. Lashenko in the attacking zone. Controlling it slowly. Beautiful pass out there to Jackson. But his backhand flick ineffective. Lashenko getting it back. Lashenko passing back towards their defensive zone. It's a risky one. Valancourt is going to be the first one to meet it. Valancourt, nice little 180. Passing along the sideboards to Lashenko. But Lashenko was under a bit of pressure there because Goulds was on the back to control that puck. Hoist pass out to Davidson. Davidson colliding there with his own teammate Neal. Williams now. He was looking for his second. The centering pass picked off by Cuthbert in the direction of Davidson, who's on the breakaway. And a 2-on-1 check on Davidson. This is good play from the Sharks. They're making the Blackhawks earn their territory at the moment. Goulds can't break away from the Sharks at this stage. They are looking ruthless. Well played by Williams. Well hoisted to his advantage from the low slot, but he was offside. Well spotted by the ref. And this will mean another face-off. Gee, that was a big chance there for the Sharks. Williams had the advantage, but unfortunately he was offside. And this will mean the Blackhawks have a chance to attack. They need more players on the back of the face-off. So should Graham win it, he's got Goulds and Hammond unmanned just alongside the neutral line. And I reckon that's where Graham should go. But the face-off is won. Grover shoots and he scores. He's got it. Grover off the back of the face-off. He was unmanned, slap shot from the low percentage and was able to level the scores. It is 1-1. Just the response the Blackhawks needed. And their fourth shot on target converts with a goal. And scores are level. They defended so well, the Sharks, but then that one little slip-up and Grover was unmanned on the attacking zone. And a beautiful slap shot from Grover allowed him to score his first goal of the match, and the Blackhawks' first goal of the match. 1-1. 7.5 minutes left in this opening stanza of round 9 IHWA Premier League action on front row screens and DRN1 Perth Radio. The puck is along the sideboard. Sack under a bit of pressure there from Robson. That puck is hoisted towards the end boards. But here's Woodman picking it off brilliantly. Nice control. He's on the breakaway. He's under pressure from two Sharks. Gets away from them. Centering pass on the low slot. He went for the dummy. Woodman looking for the backhand pass, but was picked off brilliantly there by Lelick. Turnover City at this stage. The puck has been going back and forth along the rink. The Sharks needing to take back control of this match after having a leveler against them. Shade, who's now back on the ice. That puck going forward. What the Sharks need to do is really tighten up their play out of defence, because in the last couple of minutes, it's really been all the Blackhawks. Jackson on the low slot. He shoots. Misses. That one wide of the goals. Jackson gets it back. It's in the direction of Zoo. And now Radcliffe. Radcliffe's blind pass intercepted. McMahon. And now McMahon's on the breakaway. He's got Campbell for the centering pass on the low slot, but it's brilliantly picked off by the Sharks, and they're out again out of defence. Valancourt in the direction of Zoo. That one ricocheting off the sideboards. And Zoo towards Valancourt now, back on that defensive zone. But beautiful close checking there from McCulloch. McCulloch wins in that scramble. McCulloch's pass in the direction there of Minson, but it is intercepted there by Langle. Langle on the offensive zone. That shot just wide of Minson. Zoo again. Langle again. On the low slot. It's a scramble for it. Zoo hoists that one high, but to no avail. And that's another face-off. 6 shots on target to the Blackhawks, 4 in this opening period, and a raft of line changes for both sides. And the Sharks have got Chapman out the back of the face-off. They've also got Mortarella. That's where they go. Mortarella. Oh, a misfiring slap shot there from Chapman. He's not able to get it back because Davidson was first to it. Well played. Davidson, long slap shot from low percentage range to no avail. The Sharks are back under control now. Lashenko, he's had plenty of it. Gets a bit of stick checking to boot. And his hoist towards goals misses. Centering pass into the direction there of Williams to no avail. Williams pinning his opponent to the boards. The Blackhawks again, they've got the pressure back on them as it's in their defensive zone. Ineffective pass. Out to Doyle. Doyle on the outer side to Chapman. And Chapman goes back to Doyle. They're playing the puck slowly here, but the tempo not good enough against this Blackhawks side. Almost getting pinned to the boards there, which Chapman was able to get out of it, but the referees ruled offside there. And that will mean another face-off as the Sharks are continuing to make these line changes at every stoppage. They're changing every 4 or 5 players. And the Blackhawks are only changing 3. So Graham and Langle on this face-off. On the inner side. Linesman just calling out a few obstructions there. Goulds passes to the outer side. Grover breaking away towards attacking ice. He's going to look for the slap shot. Saved off the gloves. And well defended by the Sharks. Grover's shot also being saved there by Pelliccioni. Goulds, good control of the puck, slapping it forward to Graham. Goulds again. He's got Campbell on the low slot. Graham looking for the centering pass out to Campbell. Long scramble for it, and it's held onto by Pelliccioni. And this will mean another face-off. Sharks again rotating with their linesman. Across the rink now. Langle and Graham. Graham winning that face-off. Goulds unmanned. Hoists the puck towards the low percentage area. Graham. Again, well defended by the Sharks. Doyle pinned to the end boards there by Graham. Graham, he's got a couple of players in support. One of them is Hammond. The other is Goulds. He's unmanned. Slap shot. And misses to the right. But the Blackhawks have got it back under control. Here's Hammond. Goulds alongside the defensive line. Goulds again. Towards Hammond. Hammond hoists it forward, but goes only as far as Lashenko. Lashenko in a skate race there with Woodman. Lashenko wins out. Almost pinning him to the boards there. Jackson hoisting that towards goals, but well picked off by the Blackhawks. Here's McMahon. Perth Thunder Star. Wrist shot towards goals, but to no avail. Puck just skating along on the defensive zone. Shade's pass intercepted there by Lashenko. Now it's a 2-on-1 scramble for it. The Blackhawks are heavily favoured here. They go to the outer side. And McCulloch. Nice pass out to McMahon. McMahon looking for the pass to the outer side to Campbell. Going behind the goals. He's got McMahon in support. Goes out the back to Woodman. Woodman, wrist shot towards goals. Wide to the right-hand side. About 90 seconds to go in this opening period. The score is 1-1. 8 shots on target for the Blackhawks. The Sharks have had 6. Not a lot of polish on both sides. They're just needing to get a grips on their game at the moment because their control of the puck has been a bit patchy. And that's from both sides at the moment. And that's icing. In the meantime, the players will go back to the Sharks attacking zone for a face-off. We've got 45 seconds left on the clock. The score is 1-1. The Sharks have a good chance here to retake the lead. The Sharks have got Robson out the back of the face-off, but it's won by the Blackhawks. Woodman. There's a few players unmanned on the outer side. Woodman. He's got to go look for Campbell. Woodman goes solo. That's brilliantly played. Well controlled by Woodman. His pass in the direction of Davidson along the offensive end boards. But the Sharks again with more control. Williams is first to it. Can they get one score on the board just before the end? Well defended by the Blackhawks. Because on the low slot of defence there was Shade. Shade out towards Valancourt. And there's the buzzer. That's all over for the first period. The score is 1-1. It was exciting early on, but the Sharks were able to get the first goal there through Williams. And Hammond was able to get the fight back for the Blackhawks and respond a few minutes later. So at the end of the first, it is 1-1 here at the Cockburn Ice Arena.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
Welcome back to the Cockburn Ice Arena, where it is 1-1 between the Blackhawks and the Sharks in round 9 of IHWA Premier League action. An important game for both sides. The Sharks looking to keep their finals hopes alive, and the Blackhawks got an added incentive after the Flyers Blue was soundly beaten today in a huge upset to the Vikings. And the Blackhawks' victory tonight would see them go to outright top position on the ladder on 13 points. But they've had to fight hard so far against this Sharks side. They've got a lot of speed across the rink. The Sharks fast from defence into attack and have plenty of speed through this young side. While the Blackhawks, for much of that first period until with about 5 minutes to go, they played pretty open, may as well say too open in that offensive zone, letting the Sharks in for a few easy turnovers. And they had less shots on target though, did the Sharks, 6 to 8 in that opening period. What can these sides do in this second period? The ledger is even, and both these sides are eager to break it. Lashenko and Graham will do battle to open this second period. 1-1 the score, and it's been well won by the Blackhawks, but it's turned over. Now the puck, well in control of the Blackhawks. Blind pass there from Sack. Intercepted, but that's gone over the rink. And that'll mean a face-off alongside the defensive line for the Sharks. Both these sides looking to polish up their passing because there were a few erratic passes for much of this opening period. The face-off won by the Blackhawks. They thrust it forward through Grover. The pass was in the direction of Graham, but it ricocheted off his legs. Graham looking for support from meeting Cox. There's a 2-on-1 scramble for it. The puck comes loose. And it's Doyle. Doyle's pass well picked off by Graham. The Sharks are now back under pressure. But now the Sharks are able to get it out through Mozzarella. Mozzarella on the breakaway towards the attacking zone. Almost loses his control. His wrist shot goes wide to the left-hand side. Centering pass, deflected by Minson with a good stick save. Unmanned on the high slot. The shot there by Lashenko misses. The puck still in that defensive zone for the Blackhawks, and now they're away. Sack loses control, but has got some support there through Grover. Grover towards the low slot. Neal, well controlled by Doyle, very well done. Menin Cox looking for the pass to McMahon, who was unmanned on the low slot. He was going to look for that easy wrist shot towards goal, but it wasn't to be. Give credit where credit is due. The Sharks have defended well so far tonight, despite that goal that they conceded through Lee Hammond late in that opening period. Minson makes the save, and this will mean a face-off on the Sharks attacking zone. 18 minutes left in this opening period. And again, the Sharks, they're playing pretty open on this face-off formation. They've got a few more players out the back. One of them was Valancourt. The other was Lelik, who's got control of the puck alongside the end boards. The puck going from side to side on this rink. Campbell back-checked hard by two Sharks. But now the Blackhawks needing to get back control. Pelliccioni under a bit of pressure from Hammond there. That was a skate race to it on the Blackhawks attacking zone. And now Goulds spent most of his time in defence, maybe getting him to attack, because he can score your goals when he uses the puck quite well. Campbell trying very hard, gets back control. Good pass out to McMahon. McMahon, he was on the high slot looking for the centering pass out to Goulds, but the Sharks defence ridding the Blackhawks of another opportunity. Chapman now. Puck being hoisted to the advantage of Langill. Langill going back to Zoo along the sideboards. His wrist shot picked off brilliantly there by Sack. Now the puck being manned on that defensive zone as the Blackhawks make a few on-the-go line changes. The pressure from the Blackhawks has been really good in this second period. Davidson against Chapman there. Chapman not getting a lot of support until now. Robson. Robson's pass towards the centre line. Goes to Oscar Zoo. Zoo on the outer side, looking for the centering pass, but it was picked off. But they've got more out the back, and it's to the advantage there of Luke Doyle. The Sharks playing with a little bit of patience here at the moment. They're not as fast tonight. Not really breaking away as quickly as what they have done in the last few weeks. Slap shot! And well saved off the gloves by Minson. Doyle was largely unmanned on the low percentage area. The puck hoisted there by Lashenko. And now it's along the sideboards. Williams, who scored their first goal. Lashenko unmanned on the low slot, shoots. And it's way over Minson's head, ricocheting off the net. And another face-off will commence. It's going to take place on the inner side of this ring, on the offensive point for the Sharks. Doyle's out the back of the face-off looking for the unmanned slap shot. It was won by the Blackhawks. Taking control there was Shade behind the cage. And there he is again, Shade, Graham and McMahon out the back. And Shade on the defensive low slot. Sharks doing everything they can. They're pushing their defenders forward to inflict the turnover. And the puck just sailing along the sideboards. Jackson out of defence. Doyle, he's got some space to break away. Nice little change in direction. He allows Langill for the opportunity. Doesn't get it. Williams and Woodman engage in a little stick check battle. But the Sharks, they've got more numbers. The Blackhawks, however, they've got a little bit more speed in this second period. Shade, wrist shot wide to the left-hand side. And the Sharks have got control of the puck again. Williams out to Mercurella. Mercurella pressurised there by Hammond. And now Minson. Mercurelli forechecking Shade there. Mercurelli's pass out to Casey Minson. From behind the goals now. And then on the breakaway, they've got a bit of space. McMahon thrusting his way through. And that shot again saved brilliantly by Pelliccioni off the pads. And that puck going past the line, and that's icing. And it's going to go back the Blackhawks' way. This will be a big opportunity for the Blackhawks to retake this lead. For the Sharks, Lashenko going to have a bit of a spell. And coming back on for the Sharks is Ben Williams. I know that's Riley Langle, I should say. Scramble for it on the low slot. McMahon laying out front. He's under pressure from Langle, almost pinned to the boards. Ryan Langle hoisting that puck forward. The wrist shot coming there from Meaden Cox, but to no avail. Now the puck being manned in that defensive zone by Campbell. Campbell in a 2-on-1. Chapman providing some support. And now Matt Valancourt. Valancourt on defence now. Manning the puck. Breaking away towards the centre. Passes out to Lelick. Lelick, wrist shot towards the goals. Glove saved by Minson. Lashenko, who's had plenty of it. And so is Chapman. Manning it on the centre line. Hoisting that towards the offensive zone, but there were 3 Blackhawks off the back. Almost a turnover. But Liam Campbell controls. Passes back to the defensive zone. Good hoist there towards McCarlick. Now it's a scramble for it. Chapman under a bit of pressure now, but he gets it back. Chapman outsmarting Meaden Cox there. He was avoiding the forecheck, but that's icing unsurprisingly. That pass went over 2 lines. Well called by the linesman there. And the Sharks will have it back on their attacking zone for another face-off. We've played 9 minutes, almost 9 minutes in this opening period. Still no score. All thanks to our partners at CD Dodd Scrap Metal Recyclers and for our Power Plays champion Autoglass. Broadcasting live on Facebook via Front Row Screens and also DRN1 Perth Radio each and every Friday night. Blackhawks losing out on the face-off, but they had more numbers around the puck. Long slap shot. The second one. Well saved on both times there by Pelliccioni. He's really been on top form tonight. Chapman, wrist shot, centering towards Langle. But that one ricocheted off the keeper. Langle again on the low slot. Well saved again by Minson. Both players pinned to the boards on the inner side of the rink. Hoisted there by Oscar Zhu, but that one's ineffective. Cuthbert. Oh, a heavy body check there on Doyle by 2 Blackhawks players. Langle. The ball's on the inner side. It's a hard scramble. Hammond being pinned to the boards there by Doyle. The Blackhawks putting the Sharks under a bit of pressure again. The turnover by Cuthbert. And well saved on the gloves to his left by Pelliccioni. Another opportunity gone begging, but the Blackhawks, they've got another centering pass on the low slot towards Neal, but to no avail. The Blackhawks again. Through Langle. Langle's pass picked off, but first to it is CJ Radcliffe. Scramble for it on the low slot. Zhu, 1-2 times, shoots, doesn't get it. Minson is doing everything he can to keep that puck away from the goals, and he's done a brilliant job of it so far. 3 good saves from low slot shots. And that's going to mean another icing because that puck went over 2 lines, and that's going to mean another face-off. Under 10 minutes to go. Blackhawks, 3 more shots on target. They've got 10-9 for the game so far. Quite an uneventful second period at this stage, but both sides desperate to break that duck and get the first score on the board in this second period. The puck hoisted on that attacking zone for the Sharks. Well played there from Lashenko. Centering pass out to Mochirelli. Stick check there by Goulds. Well played by Goulds in defence. Cuthbert gets that one back to Goulds. Out the backhand there by Murchirella. And Graham behind the goals. Under pressure from a couple of Sharks here. They need to get it out of that defensive zone quickly. Goulds passing out wide. Picked off by Morchirelli. Merturella hoisting that one towards the attacking zone. But they've got more players on that attacking zone. Williams was one of them. Mortarelli shoots. And Minson hangs on to that one right alongside the line. And that will mean another face-off. Changes for the Blackhawks. Line changes for all players. And the Sharks, they're only making one line change. Valancourt's coming off. And coming on there is Luke Doyle, number 24. The Sharks winning that face-off through Lashenko. Getting out the back there was Michalek. He passes over to Campbell. He loses control of the puck. It's a one-on-one between him and Chapman. Well played by Campbell. Wrist shot from McMahon. Well saved by Pelliccioni. Both these sides have been on the defensive for the first 13 minutes of this second period. Both these sides not really controlling the puck that well. A lot of turnovers happening back and forth at both ends. Both sides really need to get a better use of this puck to get that first goal on the board this second period. Doyle on the outer side. There's a bit of space between himself and the goals. Doyle hoists that one towards the attacking zone. No icing called. That's good spotting by the linesman. Campbell. The puck's out in front of him. And he gets it out wide to Woodman. Woodman, well played by Woodman on the breakaway towards the attacking ice. Doyle's under pressure. Woodman on the low slot, looking for that sneaky wrist shot, but he doesn't get it. Pelliccioni again with the save. And it'll mean a face-off on the Blackhawks attacking zone. And Pelliccioni, he's just coming off the rink for a moment. He's looking for a brand new goalkeeper stick. I reckon there may have been a crack in that. And so Pelliccioni getting himself a new goalkeeper stick. And now that little delay has stopped. And another face-off. Woodman loses out there. Valancourt first to take the puck. Going behind the goals now. Hoisted. He was heading in the direction of Lelick. Woodman and Langle, Ryan Langle, in a one-on-one, pinning themselves to the sideboards. But Michalek hoists that one wide to Woodman. He's got McMahon in support. The pass ricocheting off the stick there of Lelick, but Woodman still has it. Back pass to Woodman. Two Perth Thunderstars combining, but it's turned over. Langle hoists that puck towards the goals. That one goes way wide. Campbell mishandling that puck there. Turnover city with both sides at the moment. McMahon from centre ice. The puck sailing along the sideboards. And the Sharks take back control. Lelick gets that one back there from Lashenko. Needing to use it a lot better, the Sharks. They had themselves a good start in the early minutes of the first period. And when they've been on their offensive zone, they played pretty loose. Knee save there by Minson off the long slap shot there from Radcliffe. On centre ice. Pinned to the boards there was Minson. Close to our commentary position. A little bit of stick checking going on there, but the Blackhawks on the breakaway through Casey Minson. Minson, wrist shot well saved on his left by Pelliccioni. But the Blackhawks, they're pushing forward towards their attacking zone, looking for that turnover. That's what's been a big factor here for this second period, but the linesman did call offside. That's two opportunities gone begging through an offside rule there. So it'll mean a face-off on the attacking side of centre ice for the Blackhawks. It's going to be Grover up against Lashenko. Lashenko wins that one, goes out back. Doyle. Pressurised there from Sack. He pins Doyle to the boards there, but the Sharks still have control of the puck. Poor control there by Radcliffe, almost turned over. But he gets it back, and now Zoo. Oscar Zoo breaking away. Not a smart pass it was, a blind pass more like. Graham going out wide there to Sack. And now Gould's out of defence. Good play from the Blackhawks. They're passing to that loose man in attack. Grover. Slap shot by Sack. Goes over the goals, and that'll mean another face-off. 3.5 minutes to go. 13 shots on target for the Blackhawks against the Sharks' 10. So they've had more of the puck in their attack, but they haven't been as effective. They've had more opportunities, so this is putting the Sharks under a lot of pressure. Gould. Nice flick pass. In the direction there of Sack, but that's turned over. Two Blackhawks are at the back of that contest there. Hoisted out to Hammond. Another turnover inflicted by the Blackhawks. Hammond to Goulds. And now Graham. The pass going to the outer side. Hammond. Going back to Sack. He was avoiding an offside there. That's why he stopped alongside the neutral line. Chapman. His pass. Oh, McMahon hitting himself shoulder first onto the glassing there, on the glass there. And Hammond from defensive zone. 2.5 minutes to go in this opening period. Has not been a score. It's still 1-1. Hammond scoring the goal for the Blackhawks after Ben Williams nailed the first one of the match from the low slot for the Sharks. Goulds now. His pass almost intercepted by Chapman. McMahon and Jackson engage in a little stick check battle. Nice forecheck there from McMahon. McMahon getting that puck back. Woodman. And now Shade. Alongside the centre line. Poor pass there. Allows Murchurella to flick it to the outer side. On that offensive zone for the Blackhawks, the Sharks had more numbers and they were able to get control. Here's Lashenko. Lashenko under pressure there from Woodman. Well controlled by Lashenko. He gets it back. He's going to look for that wrist shot. Ricocheted off Ben Williams' stick. And it's another turnover. The puck on the Sharks' defensive zone. They don't want to do anything to concede this goal. Both sides playing with a lot of patience here because more often than not, when there's a turnover inflicted by one of these sides, they want to patiently steer that puck towards the attacking zone. The shot there was by Robson, but well wide of the goals. Davidson riding the forecheck and passing that one along to Graham. The puck hoisted past centre ice. Woodman's first to it against Chapman. And Lashenko. Well played by Woodman. Manning the puck on the defensive zone. 45 seconds to go in this second period. Woodman out wide to Shade. Shade under pressure. The Blackhawks doing everything they can. Doyle's check allows Langle to get into that path. Neal putting Langle under pressure momentarily. Well turned over by Langle. Breaking away towards the attacking zone. But, I don't know about that. Oh, interesting call there. But it looks as though he did lift his stick at that moment. So maybe it wasn't such a bad call by the linesman. If you lift your stick in that battle, you're not allowed to do that. And the refs made the call on the spot. Looked interesting from the naked eye, but on reflection, it was a good call at the end. There's the buzzer. That's the end of the second period. No scoring at all. Both teams playing with a lot of patience. And it is still 1-1. So we're in for an interesting third period for both these two sides in this round 9 clash. The Blackhawks playing for top spot on the ladder. And coming up after the break, we'll have our highlights from round 8 of the competition and where that left the ladder after those 3 matches to conclude round 8 last week. And then an intermission discussion for this game so far. The score is 1-1 between the Blackhawks and the Sharks. Back with more from Cockburn after this.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
We begin round 8 with a vital clash between the Sharks and the top-placed Flyers Blue in Perth. The first period saw plenty of opportunities up forward for both sides, but not able to convert to goals. The second period would start with both sides at 0-0, but the Sharks would sneak in first. For 11 minutes, the Sharks fended brilliantly through traffic until, with a minute left, Kairos broke through for the Blues.
In front, and Kairos scores.
By the time the third period began, the Sharks seemed underdone, as Kairos began by scoring his double.
Could be a chance in front. Geordie Kairos, he scores.
And Urich's high percentage shot iced the game up for the Blues.
In front, he scores.
Flyers Blue holding on to top spot on the ladder with a 3-1 victory. Cockburn would stage a blinding contest between the Blackhawks and the Flyers Orange in the fight for second place. Both sides offered up physicality and made sure goals were hard-earned. But a Blackhawks turnover opened up a chance for Jake Ruck. 1-0 after 1, but a Blackhawks fight back came along with Campbell levelling up.
Under pressure and a long shot on the low.
Goal for goal late in the second period typified the intensity of the match. Then Dave Ruck got the Orange back in front near the end of the second. Webster looked to sew it up in the third with a breakaway goal, but there was no riding off the Blackhawks.
And now Grover on the long slot, and he's got it!
Then, with 5 minutes to go, Cuthbert levelled the match. And a first in season 2020, it was a tie, 4-4 in a thrilling contest. The two sides stuck to the bottom of the ladder. The Vikings and the Chiefs would stage a thriller to conclude the round in Perth. And in the blink of an eye, Levesque found an opening to strike first.
He's in all alone, he shoots, he scores!
Viper would soon draw the Vikings level some 6 minutes later.
In front they score! What a...
After a tight first period, Hamilton seized the lead back for the Vikings with this fine flick.
Now in front, Hamilton, he shoots, he scores!
To the Vikings' credit, their defensive play was enough to maintain momentum heading into the third period. 2-1 down in the last period would see a masterstroke of genius when Coach Arnold put Elliott and Levesque on the same line. And the move would pay plenty of dividends.
Elliott and Levesque out there together, they shoot and
The Chiefs
score!
at last taking victory 3-2 in a stunning comeback. To the ladder, and after 8 rounds, the Flyers Blue are clear on top, a point ahead of the Blackhawks and Flyers Orange. The Sharks are a win outside third, while the Vikings and Chiefs are still stuck at the bottom on 2 points. Round 9 sees the Flyers Blue take on the Vikings in Perth. The Blackhawks do battle with the desperate Sharks in Cockburn, and the round concludes with the Chiefs aiming for win number 2 in Perth against the Flyers Orange.
Is there being the winners being the Flyers Blue, and also a tie between the Blackhawks and the Flyers Orange, and the Chiefs finally getting their first win of the season last week against the Vikings, and that left the Flyers Blue on top of the ladder. But tonight, well, it's been a night of surprises so far. The Vikings soundly beating the Flyers Blue tonight over in Perth, and here in Cockburn it is 1-1 between the Blackhawks and the Sharks. And with the Flyers Blue being beaten earlier tonight, the Blackhawks are playing for top spot in the ladder, because the Flyers Blue are on 12 points and the Blackhawks on 11 after that tie last week against the Flyers Orange. But it really has been a game of defence so far. Only 2 goals being scored in this match. That's largely due to the close checking in defence for both sides. And one question you'd have to ask for the Blackhawks, based on his prior form, why isn't Goulds in the attacking zone more often and getting that avenue to goal? Well, he's a key in defence, yes, but after scoring that hat-trick a couple of weeks ago, why not find him as your avenue to goal? So that would be a question Felicity Svensson would be asking herself. But also for the Sharks, why didn't they get on with it?
because the Sharks, they got the goal early. They were playing with good speed, plenty of depth on offence, and they're playing their usual structured game in attack, but it hasn't been working for them at the moment. And hence the scoreline 1-1 after that late reply from Jordan Grover in that first period to tie things up. But in the second period, it was a period of defence and a lot of turnovers from both these sides, lacking a lot of polish with their control of the puck. And it seems as though this last period is going to be all about who breaks the deadlock. If you're looking at about 1 or 2 goals for one of the sides, that will win you the match in this final 15-minute period. Again, we must give thanks to CD Dodds, scrap metal recyclers, and of course, Champions Auto Glass for the power plays in their support of IHWA Premier League coverage for season 2020. And also, our broadcasting partners, Front Row Screens, thanks to Matt Williamson and crew, and also CD Dodd for broadcasting these games. And also DRN1 Perth Radio, led by Russell Harrower. We thank them for providing coverage of Ice Hockey WA in season 2020. The teams are coming back out, so we'll take a bit of a break, and when we come back, all the third period action, where it's the Blackhawks and the Sharks level at 1 apiece.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
League action is live on Front Row Screens and on DRN1 Perth Radio. We thank them for providing coverage for 2020's IHWA Premier League, and all thanks to our game night sponsors, CD Dot Scrap Metal Recyclers, and of course Champion Auto Glass for the power plays. We haven't had any penalties, major penalties or power plays so far. It's been a good standard game, good game of discipline, but as mentioned in that second period intermission, a lot of turnovers from both sides. Can the Sharks break their duck against this Blackhawks side? Can they get their 5th win of the season? And can the Blackhawks get win number 6 in season 2020? The puck is about to be dropped in just a matter of moments for this final period. Graham and also Campbell, Grover I should say. It's going to be Grover up against Lashenko for this third period. 1-1 between the Blackhawks and the Sharks. Who's going to break the deadlock? Here's Woodman with a wrist shot right off the bat, and that's wide of the goals. Graham flicking that one out to Valancourt on the defensive zone. Chapman, nice pass to the advantage of Murchurella, I should say. Murchurella's wrist flick out towards the goals. Here's Murchurella with open space. Wrist shot from the low slot. Saved well by Minson, but now the Blackhawks through Casey Minson getting that puck away. But look at that, Valancourt inflicting the turnover. But the Blackhawks are able to recover the puck. Graham, long slap shot from the offensive point. Well saved there by Pelliccioni. But the Blackhawks numbers pushing forward. But manning the puck well for the Blackhawks there is McMahon. McMahon going forward, but a few more line changes for both sides. Here's McMahon, flicking that one towards the end boards. He gets that one back. Good second effort from McMahon. He's got Goulds in support. He's bringing him to the attacking zone, but turned over. And that's Langle providing the turnover. Going along the centre ice, hoisting that one very high. Pad save by Minson. And that's going to mean a face-off. Imagine if that went through Minton's legs and through for a goal. That would have been quite the shock for both teams. But it's a face-off on the high slot of offence, just outside the slot on offence for the Sharks. Langle is out the back of that face-off. He's also got Robson. Should Langle win this face-off? And it's won by the Blackhawks, however. They've got it in control on the defensive zone. Across the end boards goes Goulds. He's pressurised there from Doyle. Nice forward check from McMahon. Allows him to take control. It's hoisted towards the offensive zone. But getting as far as that was Doyle. The Sharks doing everything they can to just control it. They're playing their structured game and looking for those gaps. But they just haven't converted despite having 12 shots on target. There's offside there on the Blackhawks attacking zone. And that's going to mean a face-off. Going the Sharks' way. Close to their goals. They dearly love one to take back the lead here. They've had 12 shots on target, only for one goal. Langle and Graham doing battle. Langle wins out that one. Zoo scrambling past the players. Well, that one intercepted by the Blackhawks briefly. And Doyle. Doyle manning that puck in defence. Looking for some space. Well played by the Sharks to get that one out to Zoo, who was unmanned on centre ice. Pinned to the boards there by Hammond. Zoo gets that one back, but he's in a battle with Hammond. Zoo well controlled with the stick. A little bit of stick checking going on between the two. Hammond, it's hoisted high. And Zoo gets it back only briefly because Hammond's there to inflict the turnover. Jackson slaps it out to the defensive zone for the Blackhawks. Gould's under pressure now, almost losing control. Letting that one go is Pelliccioni, allowing Jackson to man it in defence. Forward pass in the direction of Lashenko, but he's let that one go for icing. And that'll mean a face-off on the Blackhawks attacking zone. And this is their best opportunity, this first opportunity of this third and final period. Remember, 15 minutes third period. First and second periods were 20 minutes. Well won out in the face-off there by the Sharks. It goes out to Jackson out the back. Going from the end boards to Shade. Flicks it out back to Woodman. Woodman, great pass to Neal. Neal centering pass to Davidson. Just couldn't control that puck. It was a big opportunity to go for the high percentage shot. But manning it in defence for the Blackhawks is Woodman. Woodman breaking away towards centre ice. This is a good solo effort. He's got Cuthbert in support for the centre pass. He elects not to go. He goes behind the goals. Well, that's another attempt gone begging. Shade miscontrolled, and that's going to allow Langle in open space. Is he going to look for the shot? No, he doesn't. He does. No, he doesn't. He doesn't get it. Well defended by the Blackhawks right on the last moment. Langle, forward check there by Woodman. Inflicts the turnover. The pass towards Neal. He mishandles it. And now Chapman. The puck now along the centre line. Oh, heavy body check there from Shade on Murcharella. But now it's along the end boards for the Sharks. They need to get out of there. And they do only momentarily because Casey Minson hoists it towards the goals. On the low slot, well defended by the Sharks. And Langle. Langle out to Chapman. Under pressure there from Casey Minson. Chapman with the low percentage shot to no avail. Now Lashenko under pressure. The Blackhawks, they get it out of that defensive zone only momentarily. And Valancourt. Valancourt flicks it to the centre. And it's out to space on the rink. There's icing, yes. And that'll mean another face-off on the Sharks attacking zone. Been a game of turnovers and of defence. Both sides have defended hard, but they haven't had a lot of control of the puck. And both sides now, they'll be desperate to break this duck. No goal has been scored since the middle stages of the second period. Saved again on the gloves by Minson. Very well done. That slap shot there by Valancourt on the edge of the offensive point. And this will mean another face-off for the Sharks. They've got 3 on the outer side. Robson is one of them, and the other one is Valancourt. I suggest you go into Robson's direction if you win the face-off. The Sharks win it, but they're back under pressure. The Blackhawks scrambling close with that puck. And now they're away through McMahon. That's a good pass. McMahon centering that one out to McCarlick. McCarlick gets back control. Menon Cox with a wrist shot towards the offensive zone. McCarlick gets it back. Now McMahon. McMahon, he's got Menon Cox there in support, and he goes back to McMahon, but well defended by the Sharks. They've got 2 players open on the outer side, but the pass was poor. Turnovers back and forth in this third period, as it was in the second. Doyle doing everything he can to get it out of the defensive zone. Well played there by McCarlick, putting Doyle under pressure now. He's having to man that puck in that defensive zone. And well turned over. That was well set up by the Blackhawks. And Campbell. Campbell's puck out in the direction of Casey Minson. And off the feet of Pelliccioni. And that'll mean a face-off on the Blackhawks attacking zone. This is their second best opportunity here for an avenue to goal. And their first goal came from winning the face-off, going out back to Campbell and getting their first score on the board. I reckon they go in that same direction. That's what they do. Cuthbert out the back by Goulds with the long wrist shot from the low percentage area. But now the ball's back in the attacking zone. The puck is back in the attacking zone for the Blackhawks. But well cleared out there by Langle. Almost getting pinned to the boards and well turned over by Hammond. And there's icing. 8 minutes 45 on the clock. Still 1-1. No goal has been scored since the middle stages of the second period, where Campbell levelled the scores with a nice slap shot from the low percentage area. Since then, it's been a game of defence and turnovers. Langle wins the face-off. Zoo out the back from low percentage. And that one ricocheting off Minson's pads. That'll mean another face-off on the Sharks attacking zone. They'd love an opportunity here. They went to Zoo out the back. And Chapman is on the middle of offensive point. If they win the face-off here and go to Chapman, who's going to be unmanned, he could go for that long slap shot from the low percentage area and find that opportunity to goal. It's the same result. The Sharks winning the face-off. Zoo meets it. Zoo gets it back out to Radcliffe. Radcliffe forechecked hard there by Davidson. Been a hard battle behind the goals. Goulds and Doyle getting that one back. The puck sailing through. Cuthbert on the outer side, breaking away towards centre ice. Wrist shot wide of the goals. But the Sharks have an opportunity to clear out. But look at the Blackhawks continuing to push forward. Countering the Sharks structure. Chapman and Davidson battling hard. Here's Goulds. Goulds on the edge of the neutral line. Almost turned over. Langle out to Lashenko and Chapman. Avoiding the forecheck there from Hammond. And now the Sharks are in control. Zoo on the outer side. Williams manning the puck slowly. That's well done. Good pass out to Lashenko. Looking for the wrist shot. As soon as he falls over, no avail. Here's Williams. He's got Lashenko and Chapman in support. Doesn't go into that direction. They're having to man it back towards the neutral line, but that's a poor pass. Finding Hammond. Goes only as far as Robson. Robson to Doyle on the centre of the defensive zone. Doyle and Chapman now. Here's Doyle on the defensive zone. He's looking for a target. That's where he goes. To Robson. Goes back to Doyle. They're manning it on that defensive zone. They're slowing down the tempo of this match. I reckon that's what they want. They want that easy turnover here. If they want their next opportunity to goal, they've got to find that easy turnover. Because the Blackhawks out of defence, their passing has been patchy. Avoiding the forecheck there brilliantly was Sack on the neutral line. Doyle out of defence. Good pass. Williams. Williams now on the breakaway. The back pass. Slap shot, well saved by Minson with his gloves. And another face-off for the Sharks. Line changes galore for both sides now. 6.5 minutes to go. Both sides looking for their first goal since the second period. The early stages of this second period, or the first period, I should say. When Campbell levelled the scores, 5 minutes to go in the first period. And in the second period, there was no goals. Both sides love a goal here. Basically, the next goal will have the momentum their way because it's still even. Stevens out there. Woodman breaking away towards attacking eyes. He's now on the low slot. He's looking for McMahon. That's where he goes. He's really good in that area. So is Woodman. Slap shot. Wide of the goals. Campbell on the scramble alongside the cage. Woodman to McCarlick. McCarlick on the low slot. McMahon. His shot deflected off Pelletroni's pads. Low shot there, and it's scored! Scored by Michalek. They had a better presence on the low slot, and Michalek was able to flick it towards goal and go through. That's his first of the match, and the Blackhawks take back the lead. And they lead for the first time in this match. The first goal was scored against them early in the game, but that play was brilliantly set up by Campbell with a back pass. And then the puck coming loose on the offensive zone. And it was all down to who had the better physical presence on the low slot towards goals. And as it turned out, it was the Blackhawks. McCarlick was in the best position and scoring the goal that gives the Blackhawks back the lead. And if the result stays the same, if we continue playing defensively, the Blackhawks will win and take back top spot on the ladder. But don't count out the Sharks yet. There's still 6 minutes left in the game. Here's Lashenko on the offensive zone, but the turnover is imminent, I should say. Doyle under pressure, passes it back, but only as far as Casey Minson. Davidson checked hard by Doyle. That's what we love to see, those hard forechecks. And now Davidson manning that puck in defence, finding Minson. On the defensive zone, hoists it out of the wings. Sack. He's got Neal and Casey Minson in support. The puck hoisted, well played by Campbell and Grover. But Lashenko, slap shot, well wide of Minson. And the Blackhawks take back control through Grover, avoiding the check there from Mercharella. Valancourt centering the pass towards Mercharella. That's a big opportunity gone begging. And now the Sharks have got their Blackhawks back under pressure. Valancourt with the slap shot outside the neutral line to no avail. Looking for the centre pass. And now the Sharks. They've got back the possession of the puck, but only momentarily. Here's McMahon. Passing out wide to Graham. Graham pressurised there by Robson. And now a one-on-one scramble for that puck on the end boards. But the Sharks are able to clear out. That's a good hoist. But it's going to be icing, I reckon. Yes, it is. Well called by the linesman. And that'll mean another face-off, this time on the Blackhawks attacking zone. They've got a chance now to possibly seal the deal. They're leading 2-1. The momentum has slowly gone back and forth between both sides, despite no goals being scored in the second. But then that vital goal by Michalek on the lower slot took back the lead for the Blackhawks. Just under 4 minutes left in the game. Blackhawks win the face-off, the puck going out towards their defensive zone. And it's icing again. But it was last deflected off a Sharks player. And this will mean another Blackhawks attacking zone face-off. 3 minutes and 53 seconds left on the clock. Blackhawks leading 2-1. A win will see them take over on top spot on the ladder at the expense of the Flyers Blue, who got beaten soundly by the Vikings earlier in Perth. Stick checking going on the offensive zone for the Blackhawks. Hoisted by Caden Goulds. And now Michalek. And now McMahon. McMahon out to Goulds. Goulds with a wrist shot. Well saved. McMahon with a second opportunity. On the low slot there is McCarlick. Doesn't get it. The puck out of that defensive zone only momentarily. Williams under pressure there from McCarlick. He's had a great third period. He's been everywhere. But it's turned over. The Sharks have got control through Langle, only temporarily. The puck is hoisted high. McCarlick got to look for the centre pass to McMahon on the high slot, but it's ineffective. Langle inflicts the turnover. Langle, good second effort there. Minson with the stick save. And the Blackhawks have got it back on their defensive zone. Doyle and Chapman. Chapman providing some support for his teammate. On the low slot now. It's a scramble for it. The Blackhawks get out of it momentarily. Valancourt. Oh, should have gone for the centre pass to Chapman. He was unmanned. But they've got it now. This is an opportunity to level the scores. Chapman needs control. Slap shot. Saved with the pads by Minson. Well done. Hoisted out of that defensive zone. McCarlick is advantaged, but well picked off by Valancourt. Valancourt hoists it towards the edge of the goal line. 1-on-1. Chapman winning that battle against Campbell. And now Langle. Langle turns it over. And that's icing in the meantime. And it's going to be a Sharks attacking zone face-off here. And they have an opportunity to level the scores. A few line changes for the Sharks. Need 3 more players to get back out there. But there's a slight delay in the game. But there's a timeout. Timeout being called by the Blackhawks. And at a perfect time too. They've got the puck on their defensive zone. And the Sharks have an opportunity to level the scores. 2-1 the score. 19 shots on target for the Blackhawks to the 17 to the Sharks. So 30-second timeout is in effect. And this is a good opportunity for the Sharks. In this face-off, have more at the back of the puck. Get more players unmanned at the back of the face-off. Look for the long slap shot from the low percentage territory. That's where you're going to get those chances to goal. One of those goals coming from Campbell. And then Michalek with a good presence on the lower slot to flick that one in casually and take the lead back for the Blackhawks. The timeout is over. 2 minutes 11 on the game clock still to go. Will it be another tie, or will the Blackhawks hold on and take victory? And this face-off on their attacking zone is the Sharks' best opportunity as they break away from their huddle. We thank you very much for tuning in to our live stream on Facebook Live via Front Row Screens and also on DRN1 Perth Radio. And it's all thanks to our matchday sponsors at CD Dodds, Scrap Metal Recyclers and Champions Auto Glass. The face-off pretty much even Stevens, but the puck was favouring Goulds, who was able to hoist that one high towards their attacking zone. And a little blunder there resulting in a turnover in favour of the Sharks. Levesco wasn't able to get first to it, but Valancourt does. Out of the defensive zone goes Doyle. Doyle breaking away. The forward pass only in favour of the Blackhawks now, but it's turnover city again. Valancourt. He's got his teammates breaking away from defence. Doyle. Valancourt was unmanned, but he doesn't go in that direction. Now he goes into the direction there of Langle. A little bit of holding on there. Almost obstruction. Well called by the refs. And the linesmen doing everything they can to make sure that the game's being run without plenty of obstruction. Langle. Low percentage shot. Doesn't get it. Williams, who scored the first one earlier. We're inside the last minute of the match. Low percentage shot there from Lashenko. And that's off the goal pole. Unlucky there. That would have tied the scores again. Now Lashenko. And Williams on the attacking zone. Valancourt. He's got some space. Wrist shot. Picked off by the Blackhawks again. Well played by Minson. He's got control on an unmanned goal and scores. Well, big mistake, I reckon, from the Sharks pulling their goalie out. And for the Blackhawks, that virtually says signed, sealed and delivered. That goal coming from Casey Minson. He was aware, good match awareness, seeing that empty goal. And with the wrist shot from inside the neutral line, sees them 3-1 Less than 50 seconds to go. They'll get a good boost on goal difference, and to make it even better, they will seal top spot on the ladder after tonight. Face-off being won there by the Blackhawks, meeting Cox. Getting first to it. Chapman, unmanned. And he now gets it back for the Sharks. Again, it was the case last week. They were underdone in that third period in that loss to the Flyers Blue last week. And it's a similar case here tonight. And I reckon that decision to pull out Pelliccioni out of the goals at such a crucial stage, big mistake. Chapman from the high slot. His shot deflected off Gould's. Chapman pressurised there from Graham. Looking for an obstruction call, doesn't get it. Graham sailing all on his own. Centering pass, but it won't matter. It's all over. Two great goals at the end of the third sees them victorious over the Sharks. 3-1 in round 9 of IHWA Premier League action. They'll get a boost on their goal difference by 2. And they'll have the same amount of goal difference as the Sharks. But with the win tonight, the Blackhawks 2 points will take them to the top spot on the ladder. 13-12 against the Flyers Blue, and the Flyers Orange, who are at the moment in third place. And the Sharks, they will stay in fourth with a 4-5 record. But credit must go to the Blackhawks. They set their 2 goals up brilliantly. And they were through defensive turnovers by the Sharks. They looked great in the first period. They scored the first goal through Ben Williams, but then it was a game of defence and turnovers for the second period. And then in period 3, it seems as though the Sharks were a bit underdone against this experienced Blackhawks side who contain a lot of Perth Thunder stars and international stars that have tried out in Germany and other European countries. This Blackhawks side showing their class. They at the moment emerging as the team to beat in 2020. They've got a 6-2 record in 2019, a good goal difference, and they are looking great for a title in 2020. That wraps it up here at the Cockburn Ice Arena. Another great Friday night of WA ice hockey action, where it was the Blackhawks victorious 3-1 against the Sharks on this Friday night. On behalf of Ivo, Ryan, Matt and the crew, this is Paul Persick wishing you a very good evening from the Cockburn Ice Arena, where it was the Blackhawks happy and on top of the ladder.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.